Hit it.
Negus.
Negus. What is the language of origin?
Ethiopian to Amharic.
What is the definition?
A king. It's used as a title of the sovereign of Ethiopia. Negus.
Negus, Negus.
I'm saying, so holla at me. Like I said, don't get it twisted because I don't got the interview voice. I'll run laps around you.
And clearly a Jesse, you must have hit something. Let's go. What's up, y'all? Mortimer, we're back. What you hit, brother?
Yo, that was hilarious, bro. This is what happens when you go live. Anything is possible, man. It was actually funny. But what's going on? Welcome, people. We if something happened, something got cut off. We earlier than we on time, but the intro usually played earlier. But you know what this is? This is the P.I.M.P.I.N.G show. Please don't, when you see us, please don't use the N-I-G-G-A. Please definitely don't use the N-I-G-G-E-R. But this is the free world. You can do what you want, but be ready to deal with whatever consequences from whoever you approach using them terms. But what's the show about, brother? Oh, I'm one of the hosts, DeTravius, Bethea, attorney, whatever. AKA Deacon, but then who I got? The good who?
AKA Bishop Hustle Hotep. Hit that Cash App. We ain't got no Cash App since we've been doing this. I think we might have got some from Joe.
Now we got two. We got two.
Oh, three. Because my boy loaded him. But yeah, the show is about everything, man. Grace and mercy, love, relationships, financial advice, just growing, y'all. Growing, you watching. Hopefully, from the quick brief intro, you can see the growth that me and my brother have made. At least
look at that Joker hair. He got more hair. He got more chains now too. Yo, and he got more sneakers in the back. Yo,
hey, more better sneakers than the last time. That's what we supposed to do.
More, and I get credit. Look like you got some more books too back there too. You definitely got more sneakers. Yo, you designed the back different. Wow.
It ain't designed differently, but yeah, I got a whole nother side of books now, man. Yeah, we want to grow, man. We want to get rid of old ways that hurt and continue to positively influence my people in negotiating growth. And with that said, brother, we missed last week because you was out there pimping my Negus.
Oh, wow.
Why don't you tell the people what you was going on? The board, healthcare conference.
Oh no. All right. What up, Naeem? What up, Naeem checking in. So that was the week before last. The week before last, I was in San Diego on I'm on a board of a health center, Henry J. Austin Health Center in Trenton, New Jersey, a health federally funded health center. I'm on the board, so they have a big conference every year. Well, multiple conferences, but that was the one I was out of town. I was in San Diego, so I missed the week before last. Last weekend, we went to see as a family, we went to see the Lion King in Philly. Yeah, it was at our time that we normally go on. So I'm gonna take the blame for the last.
Look, you live it, bro. We applaud you. You said the key word as a family.
Yeah, we went to see it. I mean, we didn't have everybody, but we had most of the family. So
that's dope. And I see some growth in your background. You want to tell the people? We shining on you, brother.
Oh, it's the first time. I think we've been live. This is a new office space, so I'm still. I ain't gonna show you all this, but it's bigger. Less money. I changed it up a little bit to make it a little bit more serious, represent my the complex thing that I call me. So you got the Malcolm X there. That was up before that Ali joint, but I got the Devil's Advocate. I got the Usual Suspects right there. If you know that silhouette, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And we talk about every episode with a prayer, bro. We be on our DMX joint.
Yeah.
So you got get some coffee, put some gangster rap, and handle it. You know, got the best turning joint, and then oh, this is the most important joint right here. Though. Hold on, it's this way on the camera. Yeah, that's the most important. My sense of humor may hurt your feelings. I suggest you get over it.
That is us. That is us. That's dope, man. What we got?
Yeah.
So just updating the people. When you told me that, man.
Oh, what you was doing? Nah. So you know what we gotta do? So we only got like 15 episodes left before we renegotiate. Before you, I ain't gonna let you do buttons with me and all of them. Diddy. But this is gonna be a call to another son. So tell them what you've been sharing a lot, man. What's been going on with that? The short. Well, it's not even short. How long is it?
It's short. It's only like 18 minutes, man. It costs. Look, it costs some money to do some of that stuff. You gotta pay people. This wasn't shot on no iPhone. Lord knows I started with the thought of I'm gonna go ahead and get this out the way. I'm gonna shoot it on the iPhone, and then the Lord just kept sending different people my way. But man, it was selected for I don't know, maybe.
Well, tell people what's the name of it if they just knew they knew.
It's good game. It's good game. Good game. That's just the theme, man. That was a nickname that I had back. Going way back, and the story behind it was, and I may have shared it on here, was my pops was chastising my brother because he had basically said some stuff, and he was like, man, don't you know the best game is no game? You got to tell the truth. And I was like, well, then I got good game because I keep it real. And it just kind of stuck my pops and my brother and some of the people, and that was like a rap name that I used to use. But that's the same thing with my books. It's just sharing something good with people, positively influencing my people. But it's been selected. Yeah. It's been selected for a few film festivals. Actually surprised the heck out of me. I got an award. It was my first one, but I'm my biggest critic. So now when I watch it,
you got a reward?
Yeah, man, it's back there. That was one of the posts. You see the.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I do remember. That was a while ago.
Yeah. But it's coming. That time is coming to an end, and then it's time to help people see the vision and try to share it, so we could get something on the TV or Tubi or whatever. Get some funding to try to shoot multiple episodes and go forward. So that's that, man. The biggest thing though is I'm working on a third book. I think you and I we talked about it, but I don't know if we talked about it on air, but just we getting up there. You made a couple posts this week. I like the one with the tape, if you knew, with the tissue inside. Yeah. I said, this brother get creative. You always was creative though. That's why I'm on the show. We getting long in the tooth, as the country folks say. So it's time to get our house in order. Like, man, if you don't have a will or a trust and life insurance and all of that stuff, it's time before you get way too old, if you live that long, to make sure you set up your family, generational wealth. So that's what I'm working on, kind of like the last book, but I'm also going through that process now of getting the trust in place, the pour over will, and different life insurance policies. So it's been a lot going on, bro. But God is good.
It sounds like a lot. Yeah, all is good. God is good all the time.
Yes, sir.
You didn't know the deacon knew that, but so we got so we got explain some terms. So when you say the pour will, just for the people that doesn't know, is like a line that you have you insert into your will, so provision to pour over to a trust, right? Correct? That's what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So and the trust is Trustman LLC, Twitter, and all that type of stuff. This is my personal opinion. There's no right or wrong way to do things. But a trust to me is supposed to be part of a whole, because I be getting that from clients. It's supposed to be part of a whole estate plan. You just don't create a trust just because you just create a trust. It got to be some type of plan or some type of it's really a estate planning tool, but it obviously could be used for business and that type of stuff, because estate planning is business planning. In case you didn't know that message, estate planning is business planning. business planning. So I think it's supposed to be a part of a trust. But Naeem, holla at me, man. The trust is you may or may not need the trust. The trust is an instrument. Like there's a whole bunch of instruments you can use. You had a conversation. You gotta have a conversation. It may cost you a little, it may cost you a lot, but it's gonna cost you. We gotta have a conversation about what legal structure works best for you. And I suggest everybody do that. Because it's that LLC Twitter is out here in these streets telling people, yo, you just I saw somebody say you put the property in a trust, I pay taxes no more or something crazy. I said, yo, these people gonna get you out of jail. Yo.
Always consult a lawyer, and it's good that you got one online that does that. Y'all should tune in. We may have to start dropping little nuggets on that part of growth, as like you just did right there, brother. But yeah, man, I suggest. I feel like you need some trust. If you got assets, different types of assets. Yeah. To skip probate court, it just makes sense. But I was talking to the wife the other day, we scared of death, and so we don't like to think about that type of stuff and what would happen, and we just always get blindsided. It seemed like the very few who do think about that, like my wife, her great grandmother had like a trust and left them like 400 acres and split it up among the kids and all of that for generations. You see the results. Like me and you, all our life we had to fight. Man, you give some of us got some hustler in us, like Master P. You leave me anything, $10,000, I'm gonna flip it. Don't leave me with a bill. And so I think we need to do a better job about that. And our generation, people our age, part of the growth is, you know what? It's inevitable. Let me think about what's going to happen. Let's plan. Because it's pretty selfish to be like, well, I ain't got to worry about it no more. If you love the people.
Yo, you know what? Let's figure out. We don't got to do it today because we know we got stuff happening after this. But
this brother Naeem is a scholar.
Yeah. Hold on, brother. Let me finish my thought, man.
I'm sorry.
So let us plan for the last 15 episodes. Just the
last 15. I hear. We at about 90 now, brother.
Let me finish, man. So let's play it over because we used it before. To have like the nugget, the education was gonna drop. So that might be that talking about the death, because I always tell my clients, like, yo, that's the one thing we all got in common. Yeah. Regardless of your political beliefs, believe in God or not, what you believe in. The one thing that all humans got in common, as far as I know, we all got that date with destiny. And it's something that's inevitable, so we should be planning for. And that's why you're saying, like that's where it ain't just us as a people. Most people, that's where they fall short, because they don't plan for what happens to them after death. But we're gonna get leaked, but that's what your book got that in there, right? So
yeah, we gonna touch on all of that and how to turn your money and live a good retirement. What we got, man? What topics? Nice.
Yeah. So all right, let's start with let's start with who's the inspiration for the title of the show. The show is called Primetime Shade. This episode, we're going straight to the Deion Sanders. Let me share my screen.
And disclaimer, y'all, he ain't been producer for a while. He producing today. So all critiques.
So you can see that
at my good deacon. He got value. Yes, sir. Let's roll.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Can Deion Sanders stay Colorado football in his first season? The answer is way more complicated than you think. Deion is taking over a Colorado team that was awful last year. Listen to these awful stats. They were a bottom 10 school in these categories: 120th in yards per game, 130th in yards allowed per game, and 131st in points allowed per game. Yikes. But hold on, there's still hope for Colorado fans. Deion brought in more than 40 transfers to Boulder, and these guys are no joke. He has #1 overall prospect, QB Travis Hunter from Jackson State and even swiped the 5-star cornerback from his Miami commit. So he has the talent, but there's still a big problem. The Buffs have a legitimate chance of starting 0-3. Here's how. The Buffs open the season against the national championship runner-up, and they play Pac-12 favorites Oregon and USC in September. We shouldn't count out Coach Prime in Colorado in the future, but it'd be impressive if the Buffs even make it to a bowl game in 2023.
Oh yeah,
Right,
that might have been the wrong video. We're supposed to do the one where the coach talking trash about how he put his shades.
Oh, nah, we got that. I think
That's
it's on
it.
Number one.
Oh, right here. Oh, here it is.
Come on,
My
man.
bad. Yeah.
There's only one choice, and that's me. Both sides of the ball. I'm going for it all.
Yo, I don't know.
Start year.
Oh, this is got playing, yo. This is when you go live. Here it is, right here, right?
And I sat on with ESPN today, and I don't care if they hear it in Boulder. I told them I took my hat off and I took my glasses off, and I said, when I talk to grown-ups, I take my hat and my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me. So,
hey, yo, this guy is wild, yo. You see? Hey, yo, he's supposed to be black. He's supposed to be black too. You think he black?
I don't know if he black, but I did us a close-up, producer. I know you don't like these, but let's the Shannon Sharp.
This on my, yo. Now the close up, I'm gonna start bracing that. Look, my son shining. Yeah, that's that water all over labor. Go ahead, brother.
You've been exfoliating, huh?
Exactly. You got
hey man, why would you poke a bear? This the same thing old boy from Memphis did to LeBron. Why you gonna give him fodder? The first video you showed said they probably gonna start 0-3. They beat TCU. I think it was a semi-close game. Then they beat the brakes off Nebraska, which ain't no weak team. And then you are, little old Colorado State. You see what he did to the other two teams, and you gonna talk some trash? Like that's it's I don't know if dude black. I think that's just low-key racism. I'm gonna be for real, because Deion ain't said nothing disrespectful to you. Why you gotta say something about his appearance? What they got to do with football? And Deion finna beat the brakes off of them today, and they're like you giving them what they call it, bulletin board material. Yeah, the last coach did that, and Deion used this theme to hype his team up, and we took it personal. I swear y'all was on 85 3 episodes ago. Don't say nothing. Corey, we gonna keep the party going. I know Naeem and already trying to That's all right, bro.
Yo, Corey, what's up, man? What's up, Corey? Corey, you ain't tuned in a minute, at least not in the live. Now, I think he is black because Prime kept saying you want to see two brothers battled out. He part of the that one drop rule, and I think he probably was willing. He probably likes the brown paper bag test. He probably liked that. He probably would be into that. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? Giving it, that's how it looked to me. But anyway, maybe I'm being racist right now.
Pull up the
ready?
Facebook.
You ready?
Yeah, let's look at this.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was considered black. Let me look at this. That make what he said even more foolish. You know how to do it? Uh-oh, we coming. I
see it?
Yeah. Is he black? Well,
nah, what's name with
he look a little.
We talking about him as he's a black dude, so I'm gonna say he's black.
Yeah, I think he hitting that 1 ounce rule, but he talking about now
the one drop.
That he
one, bro. Huh?
I say this post showing that he capping. Somebody went and dug up the receipts. Like, bro, you always got a hat on in interviews. What is you talking about? They gonna keep poking Deion and this, yeah.
The thing about it is like this is what happens all the time right nowadays, right? Like this is why I'm always, not always, but when it come across, I see people going hard about other people's past. Yeah, we've been living online for the most part for like the vast majority of the last 20 years, right? Like sharing everything, bro. If you say you was doing something and you wasn't doing it, they're gonna find out, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? If you poking like, yo, that was me. And anybody that just start talking crazy, they're gonna find it, man. Like, why would you say that? I guess he could be like, this is a visor, not a hat. I guess he could technically say that, but it's still the same thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Under the same umbrella, but it's like, yeah, why would you do that? And like first I thought it was like on some promotion thing, like on unboxing. They trying to get this the hyped up, but now I think he was dead serious, yeah.
He was, but and Dion is a master at turning hate into fuel. I don't know. There's another video out there. He got a sponsorship deal with the people who make the
Yeah, that's why I call it. That's why I said called primetime shade. It was funny because they I think he had the deal before because they were showing me ads in Instagram because I follow Prime. I like and I share the stuff. So he must have had the deal going on, or they was putting his ads to people that like Prime because I was seeing that ad. I'm like, I never heard of the Shade Company, but apparently I heard through the ad, but I never knew anybody that wore the joint. But Dion got that deal with him for sure.
They about to blow up. They've been I forget what you call, is it First Take? They've been on First Take.
Oh yeah, First Take. Yeah, no, they get
Team the shades. He done gave The Rock the shade. Everybody got the shades and sporting them now. Like, bro, they about to clown you. Next time,
this could be one of the this could be, I don't know how shades take off, how they take off. This could be a Michael Jordan moment for Nike when they was banning the shoe. Free publicity, man. Like you just gave them all the news cycle they want, and he doing it, and like and Prime took it and ran with it. This could be the biggest sunglass company in the world in a minute. Who knows?
If hopefully he got some equity and didn't just take some money in the company. If he did, yeah, they definitely about to sell. I could see most of the fans in Colorado wearing shades to the game just to shade them. You know how we used to do back in the day. These my hater blockers. You know, I don't see.
For sure.
He explained his reason for wearing them. He was like, man, I get up at 5 and I'm going. And by the time I get here to see y'all, I'm tired. My eyes is tired. The eyes is the window to the soul. I don't want y'all to see me tired like that. And so I wear these shades. I was like, man, that makes sense. I might start wearing me some shades because I'll be tired.
You gotta wear the right ones with the mirror joints, though. You gotta wear the mirror joints.
Yeah, something dark. You can give me some Cartiers or something so people can.
Now I'm gonna tell you the best shade. The best shades out there, you're gonna laugh, yo. But one of our classmates is wearing them all the time. He's joking about it. Now he's like, yo, just put them on one time. The best shades are blue blockers, bro. Yo, the blue blockers,
the hater blockers, yeah. They keep everything.
Company blue blockers. You remember they
I know what you're talking about. We used to call them the hater blockers. Like, I don't even want no hate coming in on the side.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know the blue blockers. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some good days at Howard, brother.
Yeah. I put them joints on. I was like, yes, these are wonderful.
Oh yeah, so they poking the bear. What else we got, brothers?
We got Diddy. We got Diddy.
Oh, Diddy. How you feel about that, brother?
Hold on, I got a whole bunch of feelings about it. So I can't. You see it?
It's coming. You got that Cricket wireless internet, but there it go. What you used to joke about me all the time, bro. You gotta upgrade so you don't see them ads.
This is Los Angeles Times ad. Though. I got official. I can't even get this off now. I don't know what's going on.
Don't worry about it. They see the title.
Yeah. Let me stop sharing it because I can't get the ad off.
But for the people on audio, whenever we do put it on audio, why don't you read the title so they know what our topic is, brother?
Said Diddy, more money, more problems. Diddy returns publishing rights to Bad Boys artists, including Mace. I said more money, more problems as in a question mark, not a statement. I see what they did. Okay. That's that program I never was in, man. But I think this is my thing about it. Because like now I've been so jaded with business and seeing contracts. I want to know like what is like the fine print. Shout out to my old podcast that I need to bring back. Like, what's the fine? Did you just really know it needed to be made in the publishing anymore? Which I believe like it probably is 90% less valuable than it was 20 years ago. I think we get that's safe to say probably because what songs outside of
Mace got some bangers.
Mace, what's name might be working, but
got some commercials.
Commercial. Mace and Big, everybody else, publishing can't be worth that much money in my head because they sampled all the time, right? So sampling takes a piece of the publishing. One Diddy he was a co-producer damn near on everything, every song ever put up there. So he got his own publishing off that, right? So we break the pie down to say me, you, Diddy, and the samples, we all on Bad Boy and we producing the record. Diddy has a piece of it, whatever percentage that is. The people that we sample from got a piece, and then we both got pieces as producers and writers. I don't think them jokers they publishing worth that much, honestly. Outside of mix, yeah.
I think Diddy is getting long in the tooth, and he's starting to think about legacy and like that 30 for 30 special they gonna do on him after he passed. And you don't want no shady dealings. And it's always been ain't nobody gonna say it too loud. Mace said it a couple of times, but he done made his money off of it. Even if it's just a few pennies. I mean, I think it's a good gesture. It's late, but I think he's still thinking about Diddy, and I want my reputation to be better.
So you say the fine print is just him personal and thinking about his legacy because that joke is over 50 now. You think 50 and all that is young. 50 ain't really young, bro. No. What was I gonna say about it? Oh yeah, I was saying that the corporate. Just so everybody is listening, he gave it back. Nobody's listening to that music anymore. That's a fact. I just think it's probably not valuable. I think Mace got some hits that could be, in some movies. You know what I mean? It's gonna be in movies forever. But like I said, I think their publishing has been broken up so many anyway. When it comes to songs, like they done shared it so many ways that I don't really think they make any real artist is making the money off they publishing crazy from Bad Boy. But that's just my opinion. I don't know because I don't be on the streaming.
I mean, some of them probably need every penny they could get.
That's where I'm gonna go. Thanks for saying that. This is where I was going. I think it's something is better than nothing because he didn't have to give it back to him, right? So I don't like when we knock people for doing something that's even if it's self-righteous purpose or whatever, there's something that we think is right, but then we criticize them saying like you should have did it before. Like, yo, he didn't have to do it. You know what I mean? Ever.
It's always like good to have a change of heart. It's never too late to grow.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. So shout out to you, Diddy.
I see you there. What's the name of this? What's the name of the show? I see what you just did there.
Hey, P.I.M.P.I.N.G. Positively influencing my people in negotiating growth. I think the culture influenced Diddy to kind of grow in that area. You don't want the people thinking you slime and whispering that don't do business with Bad Boy or Diddy because he ain't gonna give you your publishing. And it was too many people out there that had been involved with him that was saying that to the point. And Mace was really like the only real vocal one. But I think what's the white
Locks was early with it. Gotta get the Locks credit. They had the Free the Locks campaign. It was early.
Yeah. And then the white girl from Making the Band, she was out there who got all of the surgery. She was out there saying that. So I mean, I think it's about his legacy. But hey, good for you, bro. I'm glad you changed and good for them. Even if you only getting a royalty of 33 cents every year, it is better than what you wasn't getting. Corey says, is it possible for the music industry to unionize for better royalties and standards? Yeah, man.
So go ahead, because I start getting
I'm always a firm believer that using your collective bargaining power can help you. The problem is, just like with slavery, going back to slavery days, you always got them Jessies that's willing to sell out the group just for their own well-being. Selfishness, greed. And you take that across any industry. I'm sure you got some actors that's ready to sell out, forget everybody else. I just want to get mine. It's not that unity. And I think, hate to say this might be controversial or provocative.
Provocative.
But especially with our people. One of us always willing to say, I don't care what nobody think. As long as I'm good, I'm going to take it. It could harm my people or whatever. And we could go from example to example, but we willing to, metaphorically speaking, cross the picket line, give up our ethics and for whatever. That's why I like the scripture that talk about, what shall it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? If you lose your soul, what is all of that gonna do? If your family ain't rocking with you no more, your friends ain't rocking with you no more, what did you gain? And we see people do that all the time for fame and clout and all of that stuff. That's my diatribe is over, brother.
Yeah, no, I think I'm very keen on language possible versus, so I think of probable now, like, because anything is possible that hasn't happened, right? Until you prove that it's impossible. So is it possible? Yes. Probable? No. And the reason I think is a lot of what you just said, but it's just way too easy to get into the music game, right? Like, so technically, like, you can make a song, write a song, do the beat on all these. It ain't like it used to be back in the day when you had to have a studio with cats actually playing instruments. You could do a whole song in probably 15-20 minutes now. And I think that because the barrier entry is so low, it would be like one of my favorite books is Animal Farm. And Animal Farm, in case y'all don't know, George Orwell. You should have read it in high school, but some of y'all was part of the booking program and y'all went to Harvard High School or before high school. But basically, in the beginning of the book, the animals take over the farm from the humans, and they vow to say every animal is going to be treated equally forever. By the end of the movie, one of the farmers look into the window and he sees the pigs and the humans playing, and he can't tell the difference between them. So I said all that to say, it's because there's so many people that the barrier of entry is so cheap. It's going to be a hierarchy where we keep people out the union anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's going to be, and I don't think that will be fair for the smaller artists, because if you unionize, you can, as a union, you can even push people out. Like, you could call. So right now, the record labels does it, right? So we'll just say like you Jay-Z, you sit tall who can get who and who cannot get the union. Say as an artist coming up this, and you could be like, you call YouTube up, like, we're gonna pull everybody that's in our union off the YouTube channel, which is gonna be the top 100 or whatever. If you keep playing this dude that's dissing me, and I don't think that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I don't think it's gonna happen for that purpose.
I think music is your question, and I think this is one of those. I put think again down there because we got to think again. We've seen artists, just creative people, build their own. The royalties and the standards and the union is because you asking to be at somebody else's table. I think eventually we're gonna have to recognize that we don't want to sit at your table. We're gonna build our own table, almost like segregation and not.
You know what? What you said? Title could have been there.
Let me get my thought out.
Go ahead.
And this goes across industries. I'm gonna give you an example of because Hollywood is supposed to be real tough to get in. If you ain't heard of this dude, I've been following him for a while. I like him. Country Wayne is spelled with a K. He ain't got no Hollywood connections. He just stayed building he stayed consistent on his Facebook videos and YouTube videos and started bringing in more and more independent actors. Now this dude got a Netflix special and Hollywood is knocking at his door. Here's what we know. The pimps, corporations, They're gonna always come and find a way to get a cut of the money when somebody is doing something independent and has found a way to create revenue. They want to come, that's what they do. They want to come in and be investors and find some way. And that's how you get the industry built. So not just the music industry, any industry. If DeTravius starts selling t-shirts and he's doing a great job of it, everybody knows who it is. Somebody gonna come and try to be an investor and kind of structure this and, you know, take over basically, or they're gonna compete with him. They're going to follow his model and compete with him. I think we got to start thinking on how can I build my own table? So your question was about royalties and standards. Do I care about a royalty, or do I want the whole thing? How can I go straight to consumers using the technology that I got out there and kind of cut out the middleman? Think of like Too Short and Master P.I.M.P.I.N.G. They had to sell it from the trunk. How can I sell it directly to consumers without having to go get a record label? So then I'm only getting a cut or royalty. Go ahead, brother. Sorry. That was me on my soapbox. Think again.
Yeah, you were definitely on your soapbox for real. I think but he's saying as a union, so it's been pockets of people that do that with the model that you're talking about as an entire industry. That's when I say go with probable. I'm gonna say nah. So we don't gotta, I just want to say nah. I mean, I think Jay-Z tried something, what you were saying about them building their own outside of, you know, YouTube music, all that type of stuff, is trying to get the artists to be on their streaming, but they can't unlock everybody else because the music business, the traditional machines still own most of the rights to music. So it is what it is, man.
Told us about them. They ain't playing.
Who you said?
Kyrie.
Told us? Kyrie.
Wait, those who will remain nameless.
All right. So speaking of, you want to talk about that GM CEO first before we get into the other thing? Because speaking of salaries in corporate America, compensation.
Pull the article up. Let me get us a banner. And ain't think again. We need something more. Look, this is all, I guess this all for the greater good right here. We just gotta stay woke. Sports is coming. They keep us distracted. We got an election coming. We're gonna be stuck between the lesser of two evils again. I'm gonna go on record and say, hey man, they know what they doing. They know good and doggone well Biden shouldn't be running. This ain't what the preachers say, that ain't my sermon, but we got to start paying attention. Speaking of strikes, I saw what you did there, brother. Thank you for transitioning us. Yeah. The reporter, you got sound, so you could click on the links.
Hopefully we don't get no strikes for this. Yeah, so hopefully we don't get no strikes.
The union is asking for a 40% increase over 4 years. They're asking for that in part because they say CEOs like yourself, leading the big three, are making those kind of pay increases over the course of the last 4 years. You've seen a 34% pay increase in your salary. You made almost $30 million. Why should your workers not get the same type of pay increases that you're getting leading the company?
Well, if you look at compensation, my compensation, 92% of it is based on performance of the company. I think one of the strong aspects of the way our compensation for our represented employees is designed is not only are we putting a 20% increase on the table, we have profit sharing. So when the company does well, everyone does well. And for the last several years, that's resulted in record profit sharing for our represented employees.
I just want to stop because I don't want us to get a strike. I don't know how much we can play before we strike.
Okay. Yeah. But you get the point.
Get the gist of it all. Yeah. So I got my European, my Negro P.I.M.P.I.N.G jacket. What my banner up though,
you got a G20 hat on though, brother.
Nah, but you know what this is?
What is it?
This is John Gibson. He's the second black person to be inducted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. So I'm my Black Power joint right now.
Oh, it looked like you campaigning and champagning for the Council on Foreign Relations and the G20, where all of the presidents and the national leaders go. I peeped it early. I was like, I'm gonna have to ask this brother. G20, okay.
Who I was promoting when? When was this?
No, that's the hat, the G20
Oh,
conference.
the hat. Oh, G20.
Man, the
Oh,
Illuminati,
John. Yeah, got you.
World Bank, boy. Thank you, Corey. Get him. Look, I've been trying to do better in growth and not get on this, Jesse. But yeah.
I didn't get the G20. That was a good one, man. That was a good one, bro. That was a good one. I'll give you that. But hey, what was the thing? He said, "World Bank looking boy."
Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna take it down. Go ahead, brother. You was making your point.
No, because we did that before the show. I knew what was going on, but since I've been running my own shop, I got a whole different salaries and all that type of stuff now. So it's like, but she said her salary is based on 92% of it is based on performance. You know what I mean?
Of the company.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I don't know how that breaks down. She get a bonus at win or whatever. How it kicks in. This is what I'm willing to bet y'all. 92% of people's salary that's not the CEO is not based on, they just get their salary. Yo, your salary is your salary. If you come to work, you take all your sick days, you average, only time people really get fired is when they doing a whole job on this company. Most people that's at work are doing basic. You know this. We all been in that jobs, bro. You be like, yo, this joker be on Facebook all day. He get the same salary. And that's how you start getting discontent and stuff in the marketplace between employees. And the more the crazy thing about being a great employee, the better you are, the more work you get.
Well,
what you got?
Naeem put it out there. The people who performing, she talking about is based on performance. It's the workers. And you're gonna see this across the board. Again, they if you look at life, and that's why I say we almost gotta stay woke. This may be some soapbox stuff, but it is what it is. And as Goldie say, I ain't talking about me. I'm talking about them other cats. I work for corporate America, but I'm hustling on the side every day, like Rick Ross. Every day I'm hustling. And they ain't finna work me to death. They will. I think we've talked about this before. You can't be loyal to the corporations. It's not like what used to happen in the baby boomer days. You work for 30 years and then they take care of you, give you a pension, and you get to relax. She making that money on the backs of all of those other people. And this is across the industry. Like, they ain't doing much. People will treat you how you allow them to treat you. So I think this union thing is good. Ain't no way what she does deserves 30 million. And then you got the people getting their hands dirty, working in the factories and doing all of the heavy lifting or in the sun or whatever, the grunt work, whatever you want to call it, deserves like 1/100th of what the CEO is doing. Yeah, the CEO has some responsibilities and high pressure, but there has to be a more balanced approach. And until people wake up and start demanding more, it is what it is. Because look at our educational system. They are raising us to be worker bees, go to school, take on all this debt, so you could get a job working for somebody else. And I think that's what distinguishes like Harvard from a lot of the other schools. They teaching them kids, no, you build the corporation and you find some way to pimp and get other people to work for you. That's how you make the big money. But the average person is taught to get a job and figure out how to work. That's why I'm like, we got to move from being consumers to learning how to be producers. And I feel like education is a big part of that. That's my rant on that.
I just push back. I think a lot of times, I don't know what the right, so let me get that out there. I don't know what people should be being paid, because I haven't in their books, right? But a part of the issue is you get paid. This is a broad general statement for what you bring to the marketplace. Like, for example, there's a reason when you step on that basketball court, you not making what LeBron James make, right? So people like, yo, what's what like so it I read this thing a while ago. I forgot what was in an article I was reading, and it was talking about like, you know, people say like teachers should be making what LeBron James make, and it's like the harder you make, the harder it is to replace you, the more money you could technically make in the marketplace, right? So this goes to hustling on the side. This goes to thinking about being a producer rather than a consumer. Make yourself more valuable in the workplace, because if you sweeping the floors at GMC, right? That's what GMC is, GM, right? Whatever the company was.
Mm-hmm.
And you out here, you always gonna be a reason to complain, right? We can all find something to complain about. But while you sweeping and you ain't doing nothing else on the side of the increase your education, the marketplace, people like, y'all got the time, I don't got the money. That'd be some BS a lot of time. If you gotta know that if you're sweeping floors at GM, you're easily replaceable. I'm pretty sure it's hard to replace Shorty at the top than it is to replace the person that's sweeping the floors with skill set, education, experience, all that type of stuff. So like I said, I'm not going to even touch what's the proper, who should be getting paid what, because I don't even like to talk about people's pockets like that anyway. I don't know, because I don't know their books. I don't know how they pay each other, how the company puts out profits. I don't know what and we can get deep on this. I don't know how much credit they got. I don't know how much creditors they got. You know what I'm saying? Stuff they're going out, the private markets. I don't know none of that. But I think we gotta to make more money, to think about making more money ourselves. Like you said, son, Keith, you be doing something. You can be in corporate America, doing something aside and make yourself more valuable to the marketplace. You make sure you make yourself more valuable to the marketplace. You're gonna make more money. And you're never going to get paid. You're never going to get paid what you're worth unless you start your own company to begin with. Because really, for real, if somebody can't exploit you and make money off you, why would they hire you?
Look, that's the point. It's a sucker born every day. Corey put some facts in here. Appreciate you, Corey. To where it's the U.S. is just excessive. They are. He found some comparisons. We ain't gonna read everything, but the facts show that the U.S. is really excessive and greedy. I really think at some point we saw this a couple of years ago.
This is a side point because people do this all the time. Like just because they're not making that money in salary, you gotta look at their total compensation, because technically Warren Buffett only makes 100,000 in salary. You know what I'm saying? That's not his total compensation a year. You know what I mean? So you can't, unless you know how their deals are structured, which none of us do, right? How they get paid. You only know what their salary is. You don't know what their bonuses and all that type of stuff unless you get the books. And I think all CEO salaries are actually public knowledge now. I think if they public
Corey finna flame you for not reading, because at the bottom you talk about the total compensation in both of them.
I didn't read his comments. I was just responding to what you put on the thing.
I already know Corey was just about to come. And he also pointed out we just bailed out the auto industry and they increased the executive pay. So they wasn't doing that great. But just taking it out of the auto industry, and even like you said, you don't talk about salaries and how much people make. Again, it goes back to this concept of, are you a producer or are you a consumer? And the U.S. probably would be better off if we were training and educating our people to become producers. But we know what we're doing. We educating them to become consumers. Consume as much as you can. Greed. They spend a lot of money in marketing and all of that good stuff. And so you just got to protect your neck, like inspect the deck, like you protect what
that's why I talk about we talk about this. That's why I post a lot about like the inputs and what you consuming, because especially our culture, meaning Black culture, though, we have been programmed. We've been programmed to be super consumers, super predators. I know y'all be like trigger. We've been programmed to be super competitive. We've been programmed to be super dumb, right?
It ain't cool to be
smart. And it's like, yo, like we definitely, and it's still going on. Like I'm not into the music. I went down the drill rap rabbit hole like a few weeks ago. Yo, that joint is crazy, bro. Like, yo, these jokers is really killing themselves and putting it in songs.
Yeah, well, as for me and my house, nah, bro. Nah, bro. Our major export is entertainment. We don't make much these days. Our major export is entertainment, and that's by design. And we help, and that's why before we even got on this, when we get to the serious stuff, and you could pull up the next article, which is similar. That's why I brought out stay woke, man. Don't be distracted. Biden is old as dirt. We see what's happening with what's his name, because we kind of we
Mitch
talked.
McConnell.
Yeah, he done had another freeze up. I be watching these Country Wayne videos, and they got this ad that they running. Biden has done plenty for Black people. He's helped entrepreneurs, and they got the Black music playing, and I'm just like, man, stop it, yo.
They got Black music playing.
This is not the best that we can put up, and you got a freaking criminal on the other side. Trump, hands down. All of the polls are showing it don't matter what happened in court. A large majority is going to vote for him. You're going to force us to come out, stand in the lines, because especially in Georgia, we know the racism that we have. You can't even hand out water. Then they cut the amount of voting stations. So it's long lines in the heat to vote for somebody who we not passionate about again, who we really don't care about, which is Biden. I'm speaking in general. I know you, the lesser of two evils, and I'm gonna let you say all of that. But I'm saying, look at what's happening. They know it's all going well. That's not the best candidate we could put forward. I see Cornel West got in the race, but like this is big issues. Like, because if Trump get in there, we already saw what he will do. He's trying to take us backwards. So to give him what did you say? Not possible, but probability. To give him a higher probability of winning and that we don't turn out, y'all covert racism. I like overt racism better, but the DNC, you ain't gonna give us nobody to be excited about. You just gonna give us Biden again, who barely got in there because we learned our lesson with Hillary. Like, dang, you gonna make us hold our nose, pull the pole, and secretly, I don't think a lot of us is gonna come out. And we might end up with Trump again. And it's like, y'all knew that crap was going to happen. Y'all low-key kind of
want it's one of the, man. Well, it's a lot of our people that was on, we need Trump so we can wake up. I don't know who needed Trump to be woken up, but that's on them, right? I do think it made people more engaged on the surface on politics, but I always ask, like, how many bills have you actually name me 4 presidential executive orders. Name me 4 presidential federal court judge appointees, and name me all the U.S. Supreme Court justices without Googling. You know what? Close to 0 people get that. And that's only, and I said 4, just period. I don't care if any 4. It's been how many presidents? Pick any executive order, any 4. Pick any 4 bills out of all the bills we passed in the history. Just how many you read? And I'm included in the 0. I'm included in the 0. I read a bill ever in life, and that was the crime bill, because everybody kept referring to that when Biden was on the scene before. But anyway, so I don't even do the back and forth with political, because I realize none of us know what we're talking about. We just talking about we talking about what the news feed us. The question I would have, not necessarily for you, but for the people, is like, why are they giving us these 2 people, man? Why? It's how many Republicans that can be running for president? How many Democrats?
The Republicans is clear. The racist is the people who for Trump, they clear. It don't matter who y'all throw up there, what charges he got against them, they for Trump.
Why, bro? No, I have my question is before that. Why are they giving us Trump?
Why? I don't know. I would say,
that's it's a rhetorical, but that's the question we need to all think about, especially if you don't think.
If we ain't Republican, though, I'm calling that a red herring. I was wondering where you was going. You ain't go nowhere, bro. We talking about the Democratic Party. Most
no, but I'm saying you this is part of the conversation because it's what I'm saying is why are they giving any of these people that they're giving us? Why? It's more of a rhetorical question for me to think about existentially beyond after we get off this call. But why are they giving it these people, man? Why you ain't think about like why we got two old white dudes running?
We know why we got one, because he willing to put white supremacy first. But that I'm pushing that aside. I'm talking about the DNC. Now, the question is, why is you giving us Biden and the oldest dirt?
Yeah, the same question. Why are we giving them Biden? Why are they giving us Biden? I know why they're giving us Biden now because he's the president, right?
But
I don't know why.
Biden, I saw some stat that said Biden has the lowest approval remarks at this stage in his presidency since like it's only one other president that at this time had lower approval ratings. And this is y'all just gonna let him run for re-election against a criminal that we know.
You know what? Just think that's how I can't think of a president. I don't know my presidents like that, but I can't think of a president that did not run that was eligible to run when it was time for her to run again.
We gonna see.
Corey,
we gonna see. I'm concerned. I'm with the.
He said a lot of people die. Yeah, we can't say that word on the air. Yeah.
I'm taking the DeTravius point of view of, hey man, humans ain't gonna make it. I don't have no faith. Me personally, I ain't motivated to go out and vote for him. I'm gonna do early election, but I'm holding my nose the whole time, and I'm low key pissed that this is where we at. I'm gonna do my part, but it's like, man, this ain't right, bro. These old guys don't.
Oh, we gotta go.
Yeah, we do have.
That's what I'm saying. So we saying the same thing. My point is, why in 2023 are they giving us these two peoples out of all the people in America?
Doggone it, Charlie Bingham for president 2020.
Charlie Bingham for
Come
president.
On, let's start the campaign. They're gonna use all of this against me, but let's start it. I mean, we do got Cornel West out there. We could all just decide that
they already hit. He's a done dilly. They already showed this joker owe millions of taxes and hundreds of thousands in back child.
Oh, we know Trump owe money. That's what I'm saying. Like, what does that matter? He's a criminal.
What Trump got? The complexion for the what?
Protection.
There you go. So, you want to get into this Wells Fargo joint real quick?
Yeah. Let's do that. It just show. Yeah, the complexion for protection. While you pulling it up, I'll set it up. Y'all may remember back in the day, and we just talking about basically stay woke. All of this stuff impacts us. Wells Fargo, it was found out they was opening up fake accounts for their people without their knowledge. The Wells Fargo executive that was responsible for that program that kind of pushed it and encouraged the salespeople. This Jessie, I think it says she got 19 months of probation. She avoided jail time.
3 years probation. 3 years probation on Friday.
3 years probation, but like she's staying at home or something like that. It was crazy. And she caused all of so Wells Fargo stock went down. They was taken from people's accounts. The fake accounts bolstered Wells Fargo stock, and they was lying to the government and to the SEC, making it seem as if they was opening up all of these new accounts and were doing well. She was responsible for that and got no jail time. People lost their jobs. They lost their incomes. And this is what I mean about this. This is kind of when you look at the woman who was making 29 million, them be the same ones who get away scot-free and be doing some dirt. This was like pure evil and deception. And she was pushing it down and pressuring them and got no.
Yeah, I got what's the name? I'm not familiar with that story. Thanks for sharing that joint. I gotta catch up on it.
Yeah, I shared it on my page. I saw it in the Apple stock, and I'm like, bruh, are you serious? When you read it and you read what she was doing, she's like in charge of all of this. It was
And you know
just
what's
like
funny is because
easy.
Wells Fargo sent me some money, and maybe it was attached to that. It was like a small little check for some account error because I don't have Wells Fargo anymore. So it was like $23 or something crazy. It wasn't nothing like, you know what I mean, for whatever account error. I wonder if it was tied to that because I'm like, yo, that's good to get $23 extra. That could be a fake
Well,
date night.
let you steal a pack of cigarettes from your local bodega.
Oh,
you
going?
getting
Yeah,
10 years.
yeah.
You're going to jail now.
So it was that goes back to that the classism I was saying about earlier. Is like we view, you know, the violent crime, the street crime, which that harms far less people in general, like the act of it all, versus somebody that's doing that on that level when it affects millions of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Sad, man. It's just us. I'm feeling like Nas. I want to go back to Africa.
What else you got? You want to end on because we over an hour, so I don't know how long we can. We going live, so I guess we could do. Well, necessarily got to upload.
We got 2 people with us. We got some engagement. We sorry, y'all.
All right, so let's go. Let's go with the UN story. Let's go with the UN story.
The UN.
We're gonna go with the UN story.
Pull it up. I don't know.
The children that's being in Haiti. Fathered in Haiti.
I feel like this just doom and gloom, man. Tell them what it is. I'll give my piece.
So here it is. So this story is you can see that
it's coming. I got slow internet. There it is. We see it.
Yeah, so it's dozens of children who were left behind by UN personnel in Haiti. Their mothers want justice. So basically, you know, they had some UN workers going over there.
Raw dog,
man. Pretty much. So I'm clear on like the consent / rape. I shouldn't have said that because we probably get flagged ratio, but yeah, man, it's crazy. What you think about it? But I mean, I'm gonna tell you what I think about it real quick. This happens anytime. I ain't gonna say anytime because I'm a lawyer. A lot of times when these nations and these groups going over to save a population, or we ain't gonna even go to the evil part. We just gonna say save, quote unquote, a population. It happens a lot, man. The people that go over, they start, you know, mingling with the locals, and babies start being made, bro.
I think the article actually had the right words in it. You scrolled past it. Unequal power dynamics.
Yeah, that's that. It always happened though.
Yeah, and it's sad. I mean, you ain't mad at the UN because they probably, you know, you go down there, you from the US, they may be hoping for a green card, so you're gonna get it easily. But then you raw dogging and leaving babies down there. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's that part. Yeah, but that's always been going on. Maybe there will be some like international. He might start having some international what's name laws.
It should be some ground rules or something
child support laws. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hey man, the times we living in. Get your house in order. Get yourself together. Get right, because man, it's a lot.
Man, times has always been crazy. I was thinking about that the other day, man. When hasn't the times been crazy, man? It's always seemed like it's been a crazy world, bro. So
I think the world it's just we seeing the natural decline. Think about it. When we was coming up, you couldn't hear no cursing on the radio. We had to, even to try to see a little bit of skin, we had to go between the different stations, the box.
I put on Facebook, I think it was a Facebook post. I said, you know, back in the day we had the Fredericks of Hollywood magazine, the little shop, you know what that is, the Fredericks of Hollywood, lingerie. It was like the more provocative than what's the Victoria's Secret, more provocative one. I said to get the soft porn, Now all you gotta do is just go on Instagram, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but the kids, think about it. How many kids got iPads? And if us parents ain't diligent, if they know how to work that internet, they could get access to way more than we can. Not only do you have the he, she, they, that's all everywhere, even in the cartoons that they got to wrestle with in their mind. We didn't have that, bro. We didn't have cussing. If you HBO was like the only thing that had cussing, and we definitely couldn't see as much skin as you could see now. More and I don't know about you, but back in the day when I was coming up, you could pray in school and you could get paddled. I got paddled plenty times with the big.
Yeah, you from the South, bro. Now
Yeah,
I do remember putting hands on a couple of students though. And you went to Catholic school, didn't you? Y'all different out there.
I went to public, Catholic, Jesuit, Jesuit school, and private school. I did all of them, and it's like
you got paddling at all them joints?
Not at all of them. No. Paddling was mainly middle school and high school when I was down in Mississippi. But the point is,
what type of school was that? That was a Christian school? What type of school was that?
No, this was public. That's what they
public,
did.
It was paddling you in public, yeah?
Yeah.
Yo, that's
crazy. She could take you right outside. Look, and get you good.
You said that was in Mississippi?
Yeah, and I remember.
Oh yeah, that's a different type of living out there, bro.
She meant my butt malice. She just did not like me. I remember specifically, but the point is, it wasn't this bad, man. We just seeing the moral decline. It's just, and I think, at least for me, what I'm seeing is, and this is good, I'm seeing a research.
Yeah, I feel sorry for y'all. I see people putting in the chat. They got, well, Corey he got paddled too, bro. That sounds crazy. I think that must have been a South thing for real.
Yeah, but you know what? All of this, now that it's in your face, what I'm starting to notice a trend among at least like the young college, young adult kids that I deal with. It's a trend now of more spirituality. People wanting to know the opposite of all of this crazy stuff because the world is crazy. People wanting to learn more about different religions and the Bible and just looking for peace. You see it with the chakras and people just looking for some way to find some peace because the world is crazy out here, bro. So that's what I got. Now I'm with you, man. Humans ain't gonna make it. You better get it right.
Yeah, I've been telling y'all that for how long? I've been telling y'all for that. Like,
that was always your saying. That I'm
saying. How long I've been saying it for? I feel like I've been saying it for at least 20 years now, bro. And the reason people like
you were saying it jokingly. I'm like, man, I'm looking.
That was serious. That's one of my jokes I was serious about. That I'm serious about. And the reason I was been serious about it is when I was thinking about it. You know, sometimes I start thinking, and I'm like, yo, you know what's crazy is that we're still building nuclear weapons, and you don't build so you're not building a weapon. One day they have to go off. You're not just building weapons, just put them in the closet. One day they're gonna have to go. I said, yo, humans ain't gonna make it, bro. Like, we really building weapons that could destroy humanity, and we keep building them, and we're storing them in some type of whatever military barrack. But it's not like we just storing them just to look at them. Eventually, they got to go off.
And we see
you got it
warming now.
Yeah,
you see what's happening. Like, man, we done screwed the planet up. Like, dang.
Yo, I'm like, yo, you know what? We can't make it. We're not gonna make it long term. So, all right. So we got. You want to go with the Kardashian curse? There's a Kardashian curse. I guess I can pull it up. Oh
yeah. I was as we was picking topics, y'all. Probably most people who love football, y'all back. The Romans have given y'all some entertainment to distract you just in time from some of the stuff we talking about. But NFL is back. It was all off season. It was, oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers leaving the Packers. He going to the Jets. They was loading up on wide receivers, yada, 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 yada. Jets supposed to be that team like the Cowboys or whatever. First game, this Jesse went out there and got injured.
Yeah, I heard it was only like 15 seconds. Oh, not even 15 seconds.
I want to say the first play, but one of these people who actually watched the game will be like, nah, it wasn't the first play, but it might have been the first series or something from what I read, but it was very quickly he got injured. And I saw another thing that said the person who missed the tackle or who was supposed to be protecting him, Bill Belichick blocked them drafting a person who was going to replace that guy. And they was like, it was chess and not checkers. But anyway, I didn't know dude was connected to the Kardashians, Aaron Rodgers. So it looked, George said, here we go. I don't know. Well, conspiracy theorists, y'all type in the comments, but if that's for real, he was dating a Kardashian and he got hurt in his first game after all that hype. Y'all better leave them Kardashians alone. Y'all gonna learn.
Corey seems to drink more water. I wonder if that's a reference to that's a funny joke, but I don't think I'll get the reference for real. Because I think I'll be consuming too much content sometimes. Because I think I know what we're talking about, but I don't know what we're talking about. Yo, which is worse is the Kardashian on the Madden cover. Yeah, anybody that's on the Kardashian or Madden cover. So I'm gonna say this. Nah, I ain't gonna say that because I don't want to be getting, people gonna text you like, yo, he don't like women or whatever. So I ain't gonna even say what I was gonna say, man. Cause we got that before.
Bro, don't you worry, just be you, brother.
Nah, man, you trying to set me up so I get fired on here.
I ain't trying to say they can't fire you, brother. You independent.
So I'm gonna say this.
Kimberly rocking with you. That's all that matters. Look,
let's do it, baby. So I'm gonna say this. I made the distinction between possible and probable. So the Kardashians have been messing with so many high ticket for like the top 15, top 20 dudes in sports, that the probability that somebody get injured that's from that dated a Kardashian, the probability of that is already high, yo. So it might not really be a curse. It's just that they just covered everybody. Like they just mess with everybody. So the probability that somebody that gets hurt on that level mess with them is probably high. The probability of it all.
Wow, you're gonna be fired and independent, George. Yeah. Well, y'all got the NFL back. We got those of us who need a career. NBA 2K24 is out. We go into our hibernation. Look what the ladies say is cuffing season. We cuffing our sports. It's time for men to cuff their sports. I'll be going back out to sports bars to watch games and all that now. We couldn't wait to get out.
You watch football?
No, I just like being in the environment with people. I am going to the Falcons-Packers game on Sunday. Somebody got season tickets and has blessed me and Trey to join them. But while we cuffing our sports, let's stay woke, y'all. Look at what's going on around us. And
you might have to get a what's name, yo. You might have to get a new terminology. Hey, Corey, what's the youngest thing? Corey, you plugged in with the youngest because you dating yourself with stay woke. I think that's old now, yo. I think you're officially old with that.
Oh, I'm old. I am who I am. Look, I'm confident in my. Yeah, I'm an old head. I'm stay woke. Word is bond. We still use that stuff. But the point is, impact the people around you in your immediate circle. Let's because the world. We done touched on just a little bit of some of the stuff that's going on. And if we all just try to do our part and try to be good people, and you're right, George. I'm gonna be darn near close. We all just try to do our part. I think we'll make this world a better place.
All right,
episode 83 coming to you next week.
All right, let's end it on this note. With Jeezy, one of my favorite rappers, man. We'll end it on a Jeezy story, and then we can give them what you're reading or what you're watching right now. But let's end it on this one. Hold up, share screen. Jeezy. So your boy Jeezy, man, Why didn't you get that man? He in Atlanta, right? Why didn't you give him the Superior Man book, man? For him, yeah.
The Art of a Superior Man.
Yeah, why you ain't give him that book, man?
Jeezy finna take that Steve Harvey route. He got a book out. He finna go. He's transformed from he followed Jay-Z. He looked at Jay-Z and he moving away from the streets, man. For the people that don't know, shout out to who was it? Carolyn Stevenson.
Let's get a story. So if y'all don't know, Jeezy is getting divorced from his wife. Well, he submitted the paperwork. Jenny May,
He only been married 2 years.
Yep, and they got a son together, I believe. And I feel like they was just on this tour, this we are the world type of tour not too long ago with their relationship.
Yeah, she was standing by him. That was her rider, and they had a big wedding. The wrinkle, and again, shout out to Carolyn Stevenson. Got to give props where props is due. I saw this on her Facebook page. This girl didn't want children. This her second marriage. Her first marriage, after like 11 years, she divorced the guy because he was trying to pressure her to have children. I don't know if she wanted to keep her body or whatever, because she's like a talk show host or something like that on The Real. So maybe it was important to her. Jeezy get married to her, get her to have a kid, and then now he's leaving her. So it's kind of like, dang, Jeezy. But if that's what you feel you got to do, there's no judgment here.
Nah, but one, yeah, people gotta figure out, we only got one. We talking about, not to get bleak again, we only got one life to live. So who knows what's been going on? But as far as I know, last time I checked, is always the woman's choice of whether you gonna get a baby or not. So that was on her. I can't say that Jeezy might got that mouthpiece to talk into it that her husband couldn't have, or maybe she had to change. Maybe she grew and was like, start thinking of her legacy. Y'all made all this money in TV. I don't got nobody to live it to.
Yes, he gave her that grand rising D. Changed her life.
Yo, maybe change the life, man, and maybe she start thinking about legacy. Maybe realizing all this money that she made and all the hours she put in work, she don't got nobody to leave it to. Maybe, you know what I mean? Who knows? Like, because like how you feel at 21? I don't know how long, because she don't seem to be that old. 21 is different when you feeling 33 and you don't work. Then you're financially secure now, whatever that is, or whatever you like. You know what? Maybe I do want a kid, because not have a kid is kind of, that's like a nature thing. Or not want to have kids is kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Don't get fired and be independent.
They said we gotta make that into what's the name?
Recycle George's comment. You got the comment of the day. Jeezy said, "Trap or die." Shout!
Yo, you know what? You know what's funny though? I'm gonna tell you what's funny about Jeezy, because Jeezy is one of the few rappers that will release an album that I would actually just listen to it. I may not listen to it again, like, because I just don't have the time, energy to listen to some type of music. But he had Church for the Streets when he was more biblical or more spiritual and all that type of stuff. Yo, people would be saying that your album was trash. He still had that street music on there, but that joint was kind of hot. I said, yo. And then as soon as y'all say he was trash, the next album was like Doug Motivation 3 or something like that, when he just completely back to selling y'all the coonery.
Yeah. No, yeah, you could tell Jeezy was smart. And Jay-Z, they had several collabs. So if Jay-Z messing with him, he must have, on a repeated basis, he must have understood this brother has something.
Something like Jay-Z. If Jay-Z done did a track with you in the last, just say 10 years, like, yo, he really must see, because he don't got to do nothing. Like, and it's very rare that he gives somebody a verse. He gave Jeezy multiple verses, I think, over the last 2 years. He done gave Pusha T a couple verses.
You know
Kendrick
what?
Lamar.
Speaking of verses, this is a trend that I'd like to see continue. I like what J. Cole is doing with the younger generation. My kids, I had to
What he doing?
Daughter, what is you singing? He did a song with Lil Durk, All My Life. Lil Durk was on some positive stuff. He starts it with like he called me and said he's on some positive stuff. But Lil Durk is apparently some Chicago real gutter rapper that's really trying to change his image. He's one of those that was basically he's got clips out there, videos saying he was paid to rap about violence, even when he didn't want to. That's where his record label was pushing him on that stuff, because they taking out life insurance policies on these boys and allowing them to get in the beefs and then collecting more from them dead than alive. But J. Cole has done a song with him. He did one with 21 Savage where he was like, I don't know, you probably done heard of it, A Lot. They took the soul.
Oh yeah, a lot. It's a lot. Yeah,
and the whole message is positive. Like, hey, I rode down from North Carolina and he in the studio with his kids. I like that. That's what I mean by you. We all.
Hold on. So J. Cole remade A Lot?
No, he's on. He gave him a verse. Why would you even rap? With
he gave a verse.
That's like Jay-Z deciding that he gonna put out a classic record with me or you. Who are we to, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you whippersnappers, all you talk about is shooting people, and I ain't about that. I'm not finna associate myself with that. But if you want to be on some positive stuff and you trying to change, I'll lend you a dope verse. I like what Jake doing.
Now it's connected to me, because I'm listening to when you said The Lot. You had me until you said The Lot. I'm like, I don't remember J. Cole on it. So they got a remix with him on there.
No, it's the original song. How much money you got? A lot. Do I need to play? I know we ain't gonna get canceled.
Nah, I got you. I listen to it.
You know the song.
I know the song. I never listened to the lyrics, so
Look, J. Cole like Jay-Z, bro. When he speak, y'all, Naeem, George, all of y'all that's on here who like music aficionados.
Say it again. Say that again.
It was the stall. Music official. That's that book you put on there. You got one there. I am going to be humble and say you got one there. Pizza Hut book, it didn't help that one. Music connoisseurs, how about that? That brother be lucky. Catch it.
Yeah, this talking about
look, my
he said fishy tacos. He said all my rapper fishy tacos.
What'd you say, fishy tacos?
Yo, all my rapper fishy tacos.
Oh gosh, I love you, brother. Hey, you got that one. Oh, you got.
Yeah, all my
oh, my wife gonna be like, what was y'all in there laughing about? Like, babe, I had one word slip. That Jesse jumped on it quick. He was not going. With friends like the good deacon, who needs Satan?
He said to all my rap fish.
Oh my God. I should have took a sip of water. My lips got stuck.
Hey yo, all right, man. Let's get up out of here, yo. Let's get up out of here.
Hold up, I gotta put our banner up.
I was waiting to get you for that time. Yeah, I was waiting to get you for that time. I forgot what word I was messing up.
Man, look at yours. Oh gosh, you can't write this, and they gave you folk law degrees. If I could do it, anybody could do it. Shout out to all my.
Hold up. Hey George, I don't know if you've seen the intro in a while. I run laps around you. Don't let me go start getting my things over there.
I gotta admit that one was a good one. You caught it. You caught it. See, we should have stopped at an hour. We've been doing a lot of talking.
Yo, all right, let's end it, yo. Let's end it. Oh, what you reading? What you reading? Let's get the people son. What you reading? Speaking to the mic, sir. Who I don't know who you're talking to. Let's get what you reading, man. What you got on reading? What you reading right now?
Man, I've been focused on Romans, bro. The book of Romans in the Bible.
The book of Romans.
Paul wrote that when he had got tired of dealing with Jesse's. He had been stoned and all of this stuff, and they called, I know they cracking up. Anyway, the book of Romans. What you got going on, bro?
Oh, let me ask you a question real quick, because I
done got
I'm
my
thinking
ab
about
workout laughing at
why
this.
why the book of Romans though? Why you pick the book of Romans? Or what it just came through the Lord?
I'm teaching a class, but here's what that's the book of things. Like if you're a Christian, things you should know. And I've been telling my young adult class, like, life is gonna life. If it ain't lifing on you yet, you gonna go through some times where it just feel like life is beating you up, and you need something to help pick you up and remind you who you are and whose you are. And Romans is that book that basically tell you, look, you gonna go through some crap, but you win. You've been adopted into God's family, and if you've been called, you've been justified, which means like you gonna sin, you gonna mess up, but there ain't nobody who can accuse you if you one of God's children, and you gonna be glorified. And it's one of them books that if you know the things that you need to know from that book, you're gonna move differently. A lot of Christians and non-Christians like to quote one of the scriptures, all things work together for the good of those called and who love the Lord, but they don't understand the context. You can't really believe that unless there's some other stuff that you need to believe. When when you're getting kicked and beat, that sound good, but are you really gonna sit there and take the beating and be like, this gonna work for my good? I ain't worried about it. It's gonna. We ain't there yet, so it's one of them books that build faith.
That's a book that you suggest to all your religious fish and tacos.
That Jesse was waiting on that. To the official tacos. Oh, you got me. You got a good one, brother. Ride with boss. Yes, Naeem, I be studying, brother.
Yeah, that's a good one because so I read the book, the Bible, one time. So I'm doing they all books, right? Well, you know that. So people that don't really know that, they quote as all books, separate books. I'm going to reread them again, because you know I'm older now. More we'll see how they. I read Proverbs pretty often though, so I'm gonna read all of them again. But I'm rereading How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Yeah. I'm rereading that. Yeah, my boy Ali, he went to law school. Well, we went to high school together. He became a lawyer too, and we was going back and forth. I did a podcast with him, and we drop each other juice. Saying, I mean, we won't talk like me and you talk, but we talk to each other every now and then, communicate. And he told me,
say that. What you say again? That sounds like some fish and tacos. I missed the word there, brother.
I don't know what I said, but anyway, he told me. Yeah, you gotta be cracking up,
you, brother. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I cut you off.
Nah, he says that he reads that book every year, and I was like, you know what,
This is a different type of love that we got for each other. That brother been sitting in the wing waiting for that. Oh, fish and tacos.
That was mad funny. All right, so 1 Corinthians is my study for next 8 weeks. Naeem. All right, so let's close out, bro, because we had 129.
Right, for Naeem, if that's your study, I compare the city of Corinth. I like to have the context of what the city was like, the audience that was receiving it, and where the author was in his mindset. Corinth, I tell my students, was like Atlanta. They had the original magic city. They had a temple to Aphrodite that had like 10,000 young girls that served as prostitutes or priestess. So people would come in, and part of the religion was to go up there and have these orgies and get drunk with the prostitutes. So that church was all out of. I tell people today, if you got a problem with the church and you say you don't go to church because they got this issue and that issue, they didn't have the issues that church in Corinth had. You had folks sleeping with their dad, their mama. It was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, JP, you came in late, bro. You came in late, man. But we haven't been consistent, so I can't even get at you like that. He put his
but you can still hit that cash app. It's still
definitely hit that cash app though. You could go back and rewatch it. All right, but take us out, man. Take us out in the prayer, brother.
All right. Heavenly Father, we just come to you at this time, thanking you, Lord, for all that you do. We thank you for preserving our lives and allowing us to come back together again for episode 85 for the sixth time, Lord. We just thank you for the technology. We thank you for preserving our families. We thank you for the relationship, for the wisdom and all the things we've learned since we was last together. And we just pray that you continue to allow us to shine our light, share our wisdom, so that we could positively influence our communities. In your son, Jesus' name, amen. Shout out to all the official fish and tacos. You got it on record, bro. You got me.
All right. Yeah, everybody, please smash the, what they say, like button, rate, review, and all that good stuff wherever you're gonna see this or listen
like,
to
love, share, follow.
We only got 15. We got 15 episodes left, and there's no guarantee that we're gonna do it past 100. So, tell people to tap into us, find us out before it's over. Yeah, I appreciate us. We almost got appreciate us while we're here. All right, till the next time. Peace.